Actually, my camera fell down. You can't even see it. Beyond that, I'm done whining. See, I have an all-professional cameraman here. Yet the wire's still all tangled up. Okay, did I burn up 5 minutes yet? If not, hold on. I'm still untangling. There. Okay, I'm ready. You can turn the camera on now. Well, here's my question for you today. If you call your boss and he never answers the phone, is he still your boss? Well, are you still receiving a paycheck? So, with that logic in mind, if I talk to God and he never answers, is he still my creator? Well, if I'm still breathing the breath of life, okay, my point is, pbatus is a new kind of president. We don't need a leader. We already have one, God. We just need someone to take the wheel of America and get back on the road. Do you trust me? Well, I don't have a platform. I don't even wear shoes if I can help it. However, if you elect me as president, I propose on legislation there be no federal law will be passed without a vote from the American citizen, ever. A majority vote would pass the law. On voting, it'll be done with an iPad 55 or something like that. Your fingerprint will be used to verify the vote. And if you don't have any fingers, or you don't have fingerprints, you'll need to secure one from a tattoo parlor, a plastic surgeon, or just provide DNA samples for personal identification using the Obamacare program. The salaries of all government employees will be voted on by the American people, since we're the ones paying for it. And on hope and change, well, I'm going to hire one college student from every college in America there to represent the future of our country, and they'll be tasked with proposing our direction. If effective ideas come out of this, the American people will vote on it before any solution is adopted. We might be voting like once a week, but if American Idol can do it, so can America. For example, on war, we're not a police state of the world, and we don't fight for free. We fight for freedom. On national defense, any threat from outside countries will be met with the will of the American people, via a vote to forgive them, to compromise with them, or destroy them. Our finances, well, there'll be a year of jubilee every 7 years. And this isn't a new concept. All debt will be forgiven after 7 years. No exception, period. If the banks and the lenders oppose this, well, they can stop lending money. Usury sucks anyways. Fiat money is going to be vaporized. Coins will be generated from the U.S. mints. There won't be any paper money or paper notes. The Federal Reserve will be under the same law as any other commercially owned private organization. If the American consumer wants to purchase products online, manual gold transfer can be adopted. This also supports job creation for those companies or individuals that we might hire to transport our gold. The barter system will be accepted everywhere. However, gold will still be the standard. Exports will require either barter or gold as payment, as well as imports. Now on taxes, flat sales tax of 10% will be expected nationwide. 5% for the state and 5% for the federal government. There's not going to be any income tax, and there's not going to be any minimum wage. There will be no insurance on anything. As far as medical coverage goes, ask your doctor if health is right for you, and if it is, then have them do it. or stay that way. The federal government is not your nanny. If you're too old to work or you produce anything, you can't produce anything, or if you're homeless or you simply don't want to work, then apply for a position with the federal government, because we'll get back to you. Perhaps you have a family. What a novel idea. And if you don't have a family, perhaps you could be adopted. And if you can't be adopted, perhaps you could change your plans. Either get younger, get a family, get off your butt, or pray to your Creator for a person with mercy. We do have churches, such as the World Council of Churches, the National Council of Churches, many non-denominational churches, non-profit churches, profit churches, and all of these will be playing a larger role in our country because, like I say, the federal government is not your nanny. All stock trading will cease to exist. It's going away, along with the fiat money. There's no need for scoopers of fake money to come down and get rich off of nothing. Criminals will be prosecuted by judges who will be elected by the American citizens, not appointed from some elite club somewhere way off in the distance or foreign lands. The judges will be elected from the communities from which they work. Actually, honesty will be expected, and it should be the norm. On job creation, the federal government is going to hire 10,000 of the best accountants that we can find for 1 year. And actually, they'll be hired to work on the federal budget. Speaking of which, we're donating the scalpel to the Obamacare program, or to the Museum of Dysfunctional Promises. And I'm requesting a cost breakdown to reveal all government purchases and spending from those. The best financial accountants that we hire is going to provide that cost breakdown. And if the cost breakdown can't be produced as to where the money is going to be spent or has been spent or who pocketed it and when, then it'll be cut from the federal budget. No exceptions. If there's a concern about the publishing of the results of that cost breakdown, say for example due to national security, well, we're going to remove it from the budget because we don't need concealed weapons. We want our power in the world to be obvious to everyone. Well, on stimulus packages, coin-operated elevators in all government buildings. This actually helps revenue generation for the government buildings. And it also helps to promote good health through exercise if people opt to use the stairs. And that can actually create jobs, too, for the privately owned elevator companies to collect the coins. Now, how about solar generators? To relieve some of the cost of electricity, a stimulus package will be created in the amount of $1 billion. Every person with a fingerprint and who's a U.S. citizen of the United States can redeem an 1,800-watt solar generator capable of producing the amount of power typical for a 15-amp circuit in the house. This can reduce the cost of electricity for the people who lived in that house or that apartment. Well, for the homeless, I asked the solar generator companies to hire them to increase the size of your manufacturing facility, since we're going to be purchasing a whole lot of generators. And eventually we can run most households exclusively on solar power. Please note, if you don't have any fingers or fingerprints to vote with, you'll need to secure one from a tattoo parlor, plastic surgeon, or just provide DNA samples for a personal identification using the remnant of the Obamacare program. About me, well, I didn't serve in Vietnam. I was a submariner, and I went to the North Pole and then to the Russian coastline. I never lived in Hawaii. I don't have any oil wells. I'm not affiliated with the Illuminati, the Bilderberg, or Fox News, and I'm not a millionaire. If there's like 7 billion people on the earth who are interested in becoming U.S. citizens, you can. We'll be offering virtual citizenship to the human race. You see, our nation is not in decline. It's just our way of governing that is. So, put me on the ballot and vote me, pbatus.